episode of the Mad Scene Live. I'm your host, Stephen Ang. Alright, and so today we have a very exciting show for you guys. Today we are going to talk about the upcoming production of Verdi's Macbeth, which I am performing in. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, and you guys can unmute and clap actually. That's why it's meant to be participative like that. Yeah. So today I'm delighted to welcome two very special guests, the director and the leading lady of this very special Macbeth production. So without further ado, please extend another warm round of applause to Tatiana and to Hawk. Hello! Alright, come, please take a seat. Yeah, and you know what? It wouldn't be a nice talk show experience if we don't have a drink, right? So I tried to get champagne, I couldn't get it. So here's some Strongbow apple cider for you guys. Alright, so come. But and you know what? In the theme of Italian opera, Macbeth, let's have a brindisi.
Yeah.
Okay, come. Alright, on the count of three. One, cheers, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Cheers! Right?
Is there alcohol?
Yeah, very light. Yeah, it's kind of like beer, but with a fruity taste. Yeah. So, speaking of brindisi, of course, Tatiana has a very lovely brindisi as part of this show.
Yes, I like this song very much.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right, because when one thinks of brindisi, we think of Traviata, right? Da 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 da.
Wow, I don't like this.
It's the last song of every opera concert.
Oh,
yeah. Do you remember I had a concert where let's say the tenor wanted to sing Libiamo as the encore.
And you punch him.
Yeah, I went up and gave him a big slap. I mean, it was all
there's at least a brindisi in Lucrezia Borgia, Donizetti.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one in Verdi's Otello. And there's one in Macbeth. Yeah.
I mean, brindisi simply means like a toast.
And there's
it's a yarn
the
sing for
popular
us.
one from Play the Mouse as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we're here, of course, to discuss our coming production of Macbeth, right? Yeah. So the thing with this production, or rather any production of Macbeth, particularly with Shakespeare's Macbeth, is that you're not supposed to actually say the title of Macbeth. Do you guys realize that? Because
Well, we say all the time now.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be bad luck, It's
If
like
plenty, don't worry.
yeah, exactly, and that's what we're gonna discuss. We're supposed to call it the Scottish tragedy because every time we say Macbeth, it will bring us bad luck. So please, don't say Macbeth anymore.
Okay.
You just did a few.
Oh, did I?
But actually, as I heard that it was connected only with the play,
Yes.
not with the opera, because it's pretty different actually. And Verdi, in libretto, they pretty changed the characters. They changed the character of a bit. They changed a bit character of Macbeth, and they changed a lot character of Lady Macbeth. So for me, it's another place. So I don't connect the bad luck of the theater play and the opera performance. I don't connect it for me.
Well, I mean, I didn't believe that too, but you know what? I haven't struck 40 all this time while we were preparing for this production, so I'm not sure if it has got anything to do with this. But Tatiana, you've experienced a lot of bad luck while preparing for this
COVID.
Yeah. Now I have no COVID. Actually, I stay at home from the first day I was positive till the day I was totally negative. So now I don't have a COVID, but actually my recovery is not very easy. I'm coughing a lot, but I hope for our performance it will be everything okay.
Yeah. Well, you guys know that doing a duet is difficult, right? Because of all the coordination that's needed. Well, you guys try rehearsing a duet on Zoom. How about that? When some of us are in Singapore and some of us are in Moscow.
Yeah, I was in Moscow.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I went to Moscow before, in May, before it was my turn for vaccination. My age group was vaccinated July.
It was around, at that time, only people of a certain age can be vaccinated. Yeah.
Yes, so I left when it wasn't my turn, and I was supposed to come back in October, so all our rehearsals were planned in October. And in the end of September, it was new restrictions that only vaccinated people can go in. So because of that, I stuck. I stuck in Moscow until I could find a way to come back. But I did it because for this I had to go to another country with 2 small kids alone to stay there for a month. And after that,
well, you had to quarantine there for a few weeks, and then.
I had no quarantine because I was negative. I had negative test, yes, but I had to stay there for a month to have 2 injections. They have period only 21 days, not less, not a day less. So, and after that I came to Russia, and after that I go back to Singapore, and here I stay for quarantine.
And you can imagine, now of course it's very easy, it sounds simple the way she says it, but can you imagine that she has to plan all of this out, she has to do her research and work out the visibility and make the actual plans, the booking of flights and so on for that. Yeah. Meanwhile the 2 of us and the rest of the cast were just in Singapore, just awaiting updates by the week, by the day. Yeah. Yeah, and so that's just one of the things, of course. What is it like, directing a production during COVID times like this? Of all the bad luck that we've experienced. Of course, it's not just exclusive to us, but still, yeah.
Well, fortunately the cast is not so big, so we managed to pull through most of the rehearsals because we don't have to have more than 5 people. Most of the time.
Yeah. So I think it's lovely that the way the opera is structured in the kind of aria, duet type of format. Yeah, of course there are big ensembles and choral scenes as well.
Yeah, so that's where I had some disagreement with Steven. In the beginning, he wants all these big scenes with lots of people. I say, oh dear, it's a pandemic going on. Yeah. You can't do that.
I mean, of course, I wanted to keep the opera. I wanted to keep the roles as complete as possible. Yeah. So that we can proudly claim that we have performed these roles going forward. Yeah. But I think upon further reflection and planning, unfortunately, the choral scenes and the big ensemble finales simply are not feasible. Yeah. So they do have to be cut. And with local practice, we replace some of the recitatives with English dialogue. However, it does give us an opportunity to go deeper into the work actually, because I thought that rather than using an English translation of an Italian translation of an English play, we might as well just go back to the source material, right? Yeah. So a lot of Shakespeare's original texts were reinstated in it. Yeah. Of course, still cut for brevity, but then all the famous catchphrases that you guys are familiar with, like bubble, bubble, tall and trouble, all of those are in there if they are not already set to music by Verdi. Yeah. So I think that's something great that we can look forward to. Yeah. It is quite a hybrid production. It's 2/3 Verdi, 1/3 Shakespeare, I would say. Yeah. And of course, the show is Shakespeare's play. No matter how we spin it. Yeah. So, right. In reply to to Ed's question, why Macbeth? Why this particular opera? Well, I'm the one to blame, first of all. Yeah, and of course, I think Tatiana and Hawk have their reasons to take on this project. It's kind of like, you know the way that we were stuck in quarantine pretty much all of 2020 and 2021, sporadically all throughout 2021. And I thought that if there's one production, if there's one opera role that I would like to do, what would it be? You know, what would I like to do once we are free to do so? And in thinking about it, I had a list. But last year January, I had the good fortune to do a play with Tatiana. Yeah, and as part of the play, she sang Lady Macbeth's aria, the first act aria. You know, and I thought she did a phenomenal job. So I just went to, you know, like backstage. I just say, hey, would you be interested to do the complete role at any point in time? You know, just making it seem like casual conversation, but I'm just secretly plotting in my head. You know, and Tatiana said yes, I want to. Yeah, and that was in a nutshell the birth of this production. Yeah, how it kind of evolved down to this. Yeah, and of course I've done a few opera projects with Hawk. I've worked with Hawk over many different capacities for many years. Yeah, and we've done quite a few opera projects that you guys did not get to see. Yeah, but I thought, you know, I knew what he could do, and he has this very lovely rehearsal space that's actually his home. Yeah, I'm very thankful that he agreed to take on this project, and this is how it came together. Well, Tatiana, what made you interested to take on this project?
Because Lady Macbeth and her arias was my favorite since since I was very young. Actually, my first meeting with opera was when I was 4, and my mom could not take me away from the TV, which was there was opera. Oh, it was Verdi, also Verdi, and she could not pull me away from the TV. I wanted to listen to the end, so it was about 4 hours. So, and when I realized that my voice is lyrical spinto, and I started to dream about to sing the Lady Macbeth, because I was just so inspired with performing of Yelena Suliotis. It's a singer, and her main roles was Anna Boleyn and Lady Macbeth. She was singing in Rome Opera, and I was so inspired, and I was dreaming about to sing Lady Macbeth, because I like this music, the arias of Lady Macbeth, and of course I like to be such controversial character as Lady Macbeth.
Wait, let me see if I heard clearly. You watched Elena Soliotis live in Rome?
No. Yes, I watched the TV records. First of all, I got records of her performing, and I was just really impressed with her voice, how she sing high notes, and after that she go to very low notes, because for sopranos it's really one of the most tricky things is to balance the low notes and high notes, not to change your tempo during this time, not to do your all diapason even. And she had so even diapason, she had so even voice, and at the same time it was so bright and was so powerful that I just fell in love with her voice and with the role of Lady Macbeth.